right. Welcome to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I'm Kevin.
I'm Thomas, and today we're here with a special guest, very funny comedian. You've seen him on The Bear. It's Carmen Christopher. Welcome, Carmen.
What is up, the world?
Say hello, entire planet. That is pretty much our entire audience, so you're right. We do have sort of a good, 6 billion, Thomas?
Yeah, it's going to be 7 soon, but we're trying to sort of capture the whole world with our audio quality. Carmen, what's going on? I noticed you're wearing a New York hat. I kind of thought you were a Chicago guy, but...
Chicago, baby, let's go. Got a New York hat on, though.
Yeah.
Let's go. I lived in... So, that's a good question. This dollar was this hat was $9 at a gas station. And they had an LA one and they had a New York one. And I was like, you know what? I live in LA now. I lived in New York for 7 years. I still love New York the most, maybe. So it's like, I'll get the New York one. Fuck LA. But I love LA too. Listen, it's complicated. You can like more than one place. I don't get it. Like, why can rappers wear whatever sport team they want, but I'm from Chicago, I can only wear a Sox or a Cubs hat? No, fuck that.
Yeah.
I got a $9 hat, and this hat fits well.
I know that you get kind of worked up about...
You know what? And I lived in New York during COVID. I stayed during the whole pandemic. I watched ambulances take thousands of bodies past my apartment.
Thousands of bodies?
Thousands of bodies.
Where were you in New York?
And I can't wear a hat?
I was in Clinton Hill. And I can't represent the city that I stayed in while everybody was dying of COVID.
That's what the hat means to you?
Refrigerated truckloads of dead bodies going by my house. So guess what? I lived through that, and that was scary, and we didn't know what COVID was at the time. And obviously I'm healthy enough to beat it. So I'm going to put on a little New York hat and represent my favorite city in the country besides Chicago.
Yeah,
Chicago's my favorite too.
You were a self-identified Cuomo-sexual at that time, is that right?
No. Who said that? Did Joe Paris say that? That's something Joe
I don't know.
Hilarious. Did I say that on something?
I don't know. I was just sort of assuming if you stayed in New York at that time, how could your loins not kind of burn for the Cuomo bros?
Cuomo during COVID was killing. Everybody was
he was
a good dude.
It's interesting to have peaked during COVID.
There's a lot of comedians who did that online.
Some would say this podcast did that.
Yeah, we kind of blew up big time. Sonic the Hedgehog killed a lot of people at the beginning of COVID. That was an interesting sort of media event.
What?
I don't know anything about that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So Sonic the Hedgehog, the original, was kind of the last movie in theaters before everything shut down. So there's an argument to be made that it's the most lethal movie in history because so many people joined together to see it right before it was illegal to do so. Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. Jim Carrey back at it, baby.
Passing the torch to Ben Schwartz in a massacre of a film.
Yeah. Brutal.
Whoa.
So Carmen, we like to start the show getting to know our guests a little bit, and I was wondering, do you remember where you and I met?
Nope.
Awesome.
I figured that would be the case.
Let me guess, at a show?
That's pretty close, yeah.
Where I met 100 other people that night.
No. It was actually we were backstage together, if you can believe it, and I've got a clue for you, a sound of a mutual friend, and I wonder if you can identify this friend by the sound cue.
Do that again.
Oh.
Oh my God, I have no clue who that is. That could be like anybody. Do that again.
Oh.
This is such a stupid...
Jesus Christ. Is that... I have no clue who that is. I mean, I couldn't even... Do it one more.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it Nick Nanny?
It's a good guess. I'll give you a clue. It's a little bit about PC culture, if you think about that acronym.
Bardia Salimi?
No, it is Peter Corey, mutual friend Peter Corey, making a disappointed noise.
We met in Chicago, the place I have not lived for over 10 years is where we met.
That's right. At the $10 comedy show backstage.
What theater? What theater was that?
That was in, I think, Judy's Beat Lounge at Second City. And if I remember correctly, you were practicing for your special, and you were laughing a lot backstage. Maybe arguably more than the confused foreigners that had come into the Second City. But it was great.
Yeah. Actually, I do remember now. There you go.
Why are you guys performing for confused foreigners? That's mostly what feels like is happening right now.
Bro, you can't control who fucking buys tickets to your shows. I think I knew what I was doing. I was a late ad. So I can't.
You're really not even.
I was there running material. Nobody there knew who I was or was going to even be on the show. You know, when you're like, we have a special guest and they get excited, like no one gave a fuck. They don't know who I am.
They think Conan O'Brien is going to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, or they think like somebody's like child is going to do the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah. We have a special guest and it's like Susie from St. John's Middle School. T, what's new in your life?
Yeah.
Did you guys watch my stand-up special?
So I was actually going to bring this up. Special. I loved your stand-up special, but I do have a bone to pick with you.
It's fantastic.
So front row is wherever you are.
Live from the Windy City on YouTube. If you guys don't watch it, whoever's watching this, if you don't watch it, it's going to be hell.
Genuinely, yeah. We will reverse.
I'm gonna treat you the way Trump treated Zelensky if you don't watch my stand-up special.
Yeah, you don't hold the cards if you're listening. You don't hold the cards. So hold your headphones and watch.
Man,
live from the window.
Trump really bodied Zelensky, didn't he? That was not good.
And he wasn't even wearing a fucking suit. Zelensky wasn't even wearing a suit, which is even.
They're so fucking stupid. I fucking hate JD Vance more than.
Oh my god.
I'm starting to hate him more than I hate Trump.
Hang on. Let's put some respect on Hillbilly Elegy, my favorite movie of the past decade.
Is it trash? I've never seen it.
I don't.
It is bad.
Have you seen it?
It is bad. I have not seen it, but I'm sure it's bad.
Yeah, it must be bad. Yeah. Oh,
I might have to fuck around and watch that back to back with Megalopolis.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. A fucking double feature for the night. Megalopolis.
So, if you've seen Live at the Windy City, there's a bit maybe unprecedented in the stand-up comedy world where Carmen brings out his phone and does some calculations live on stage, and it leads to a very funny thing. But I did some calculations, and so $6 a month starting in August. I've been paying for 8 months of Veeps after buying a free trial to watch your special.
Oh no!
And so unfortunately, you owe me $48. I love the special, but
you didn't cancel it.
I forgot to cancel it because
I'll put you to work.
Live.
I'll put you to work for that $48.
Okay.
And I'll give you that $48. What kind of skills do you have?
Wait a minute.
That's a tough one.
You're paying him back by him doing labor for you?
Well, I'm not the one who fucking didn't know how to cancel a membership. When I have to cancel my Hulu, I put it in my phone. Cancel Hulu today. Sometimes I don't have anything to do in a full day in my calendar except for cancel Hulu.
Cancel Hulu. Yeah. I've been there. I do it too. I forget to look at them.
I need some retail therapy after I spend all day canceling my subscriptions. Carmen, I'm pretty good at time management. If you need a PA of some sort to help you get to set on time, help you
Definitely don't need that.
Man,
okay.
What the fuck kind of offer was that? Don't like offer to be his PA. That's such a.
I'm just saying, I could sort of follow up with some emails, could get you into the studio on time.
You didn't send him one email during this correspondence.
Listen, bro, I'm old enough to. If I want to get somewhere, I get somewhere. I don't need another dude in his 30s getting me there. Like,
and you're right. You're right that I'm in my 30s. You did guess correctly.
Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah,
that is right.
100%. 100% it is. 100% it is.
Well, we should get to a segment.
Yeah, let's spin the wheel.
We're gonna spin the wheel. We're gonna do a random segment, and then if there's time, maybe we'll do another one.
We'll see.
Woo.
All right.
What do we got?
We got hell on earth. Participants must come up with ironic hell punishments for one another. So sort of how would we suffer in hell in an ironic way? And you may not know enough about us to really roast us with these observations, but I'd love your impression of like just meeting us for the first time today. Well, for me, the second time. Didn't make a big impression the first time, obviously, but you've seen me a couple times now.
You were hilarious, Pix.
Yeah, man.
I could tell from your special that you're a big fan of improv, so I'm sure you loved our set.
Yes, I fucking watched it, and I was like, I wanted to get up there. I wanted to tag one of you guys out and start doing my own thing.
Yeah. That's a great
So why don't we'll give you Kevin, you and I will give Carmen a brief description of like some of our interests, our lives, and then if you could live generate an ironic hell punishment for us, that would be amazing.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, sure. So I'm mostly a restaurateur. I own 2 restaurants in Winnipeg. One's a diner, like a 50s style diner. The other one is like a drive-in burger shack.
You own these?
Yeah, I do.
In real life?
Yeah. They're
Holy shit.
Yeah, I did also build them in Minecraft, but I do have them in real life. No,
wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. But I'm also an improv comedian and an actor and producer in Winnipeg. I do
in Winnipeg.
Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
I've never been there, but I've been to Canada. I've been to
Vancouver.
I've been to Toronto. I've been to Montreal.
Winnipeg is sort of like the other one. It's the other capital city. It's right in the center. You'd honestly probably do pretty well here. There's probably a decent amount of people who would like this stuff. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love to go there.
One of these things I'm trying to do is open a comedy spot. So we'll see. Yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I've been doing like theater and performance for 15 years with Thomas, and
cool.
Good friends.
And Kevin, give him something juicy. What's something that you need some comeuppance about? You know, is there anything else
that I need comeuppance about?
Well, that if someone were to punish you, that might be helpful for them to know.
I have spent the majority of my life balancing my like crafting unique personas to balance between different like insane family traumas and drama. So I have like a lot of that's why I consider myself a good actor. I'm good at pretending. So it's sort of like I'm hard to trust as well because of that. I think maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Got a little Adrian Brody in you.
Oh, is that a good thing? Or are you trying to like do?
He's a good actor.
No,
I think he's a good actor, and I think that he's gonna win the Oscar tonight.
The Brutalist.
Oh yeah, the Oscars are tonight. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so that's about me. T. What about? Or unless do you want?
Well, why don't we get the punishment first? And I also maybe have a pitch for you. But Carmen, go ahead. Do you have a hellish punishment for Kevin?
Yes. In hell, your restaurant is a cash business only, open 24 hours a day, and it is ran and only staffed fully by musical improvisers. And you guys, the food you make, they have to make French fries from scratch.
That's
pizza
what we do.
From scratch.
Pizza from scratch is a lot.
And you guys, your location is above a Michelin restaurant. And
work hard over it.
And in the basement is in the basement. And you guys aren't allowed to go in there. They hate you. You're not allowed to go in the Michelin restaurant. You're not allowed to eat
They
their
just
food.
don't like us.
And in the basement is like a really great stand-up club that you guys aren't allowed into either.
Oh, good. Yeah,
and it's really cool. And when you exit, you have to exit out the back. You're not allowed to, or you had to exit out the front. All the cool people are hanging out back.
Oh,
And everyone throws, whenever. Yeah, you guys suck, basically.
Yeah.
Let's not put too fine a point on it, but yeah, you suck shit.
Well, you said hell, right?
You're bad.
I mean, that does sound like hell. That sounds awful. That's
it's
fucking
pretty
sucks.
close to your actual life.
Yeah, it was.
You guys can see what's. You guys can see what's like fun and what's great near you, and then you're just like, God, my life is hell.
Yeah. No, I mean,
like everyone's stealing from you. Everybody's embezzling money.
Everybody is embezzling money.
Well, it's a cash business. These people can't be trusted. They're musical theater kids with no money.
Yeah, right. Of course, they're musical. They're musical improv kids, which is a special level.
Just as a soft thing, which I won't get into too much detail about, but IO Chicago, someone in the community recently arrested for supposedly stealing $25,000 from IO Chicago.
Oh, snap!
We'll see as details emerge.
IO has $25,000.
I think.
What the hell? They robbed him blank.
It's a wild place to like target your theft, you know.
Who was it?
Well, I don't know if I should say it yet because I don't know that it's been confirmed officially. I'll drop it in the chat.
Just say it and I'll bleep it out. Just say it.
Maybe we'll see if you ever met them. But yes. Anyway, it's in the private chat there for you, Carmen. My punishment for Kevin. Yes.
There's on the right-hand side. There's a private chat.
You gotta click on that.
Yeah. I've never heard of this person.
Okay.
Honestly, good for them. Honestly, good for them. Fuck the fucking theater. Keep that money and fucking have fun, live your life, and just start going on tour with it. Start selling merch. I stole $25,000 from IO. Like seriously.
Ask me anything.
When me and Kevin, do you know John Reynolds?
No.
We were but he's the tall dude in Search Party. He's in Stranger Things.
Yes.
He's in, but we were me, him, and my buddy Nate Verone. Do you know Nate?
No.
Another funny, whatever. When IO was closing the original one in Chicago, the original location that everybody loved in Wrigleyville, there's an anniversary photo of like all the alumni, like, you know, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Tim Meadows. This is like huge, like framed photo in the main hallway. Sharna is in it, like everybody's in it, like all the improvisers from it. And when it was closing, we stole it. And we stole the big framed photo, and then she sent out an email blast the next day, being like, "Whoever stole this, bring it back now, or you will never be allowed into the theater again." So then we put on suits and we took photos with the framed photo and posted them on Facebook at the time, and wrote, we captured the thief. We found the thief and got the photo back, and then we returned it. We posted that we got it. It was so funny. It was like classic. Everyone's like, "You guys are fucking nuts." It was
senior prey.
It was, and we were like, and I wasn't even on suits. I wasn't even on a team or anything. I was like, they fucking like hated me over there.
Yeah, well, it doesn't sound like you were welcome, really. It sounds like you sort of imposed on them.
That's a proud ass moment.
As it should be. Congratulations. I also heard a rumor that they're now owned by BlackRock private equity. I'm not sure if that's true, but I know some real estate people bought IO, and I wonder if they're connected somehow.
Anyway, are you in Chicago?
I live in Chicago, yeah.
Okay, so you guys got Chicago listeners.
Yeah.
Chicago.
So they're gonna love that story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Carmen, we gotta quickly. We gotta get to my ironic hell punishment as well.
Oh yeah.
We'll tell you just a little about me. From Winnipeg, went to school for kind of English and psychology. I did a lot of acting as well, some improv, of course, like Kevin. But recently, I've changed careers a few times. I actually have 3 different master's degrees because I couldn't decide what I wanted to fucking do. And as of recently, I have become a therapist. So now I spend a lot of my time meeting with people, sitting with them, hearing about the problems, supporting them. But I myself have this kind of chameleon issue where I keep changing my mind about what I want to do over and over. I've lived in many different cities like yourself. I keep loyalty in terms of hats more than you do, but I love all the places that I've lived. And I wonder, is there anything from... Oh, and what's maybe a personal flaw of mine? I think that I appear humble because I'm very self-deprecating, but I'm also a bit of a snob, like when it comes to movies and things like that. I really maybe elevate my opinion too highly of my own taste and stuff like that. So how should I be damned in hell?
Okay, that's a good one. So you're already doing hell, basically, being a therapist. So you have to listen to all these people's problems. You're basically already there.
Yeah.
Let me. I'm just that's a noble job, and you guys get to rip people off too, so that's fine. You're making good money. You're making decent money.
Yeah.
I have a therapist. So I guess what your hell would be is I would probably say let's you work for Kevin at
Fuck yeah, baby.
You work at his restaurant and you're a hostess and you gotta do it.
Hostess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the host.
We are very misogynistic in the hellish restaurant that I run.
Sorry, you're a host.
No.
All right, chill out. Chill out.
Chill out with all that.
Police.
Yeah.
God. You guys know I'm an Austin comic. Chill out.
Is this the first time I've ever been misgendered on the podcast? I have to say, as a cis man.
I thought you were a woman. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see gender. I just guess.
Yeah. You are living you are living the dream.
I honestly didn't misgender you. I just was being stupid and said the wrong thing. So basically, listen, you're working for Kevin and you are the host and you have to be a host with your mouth duct taped. And I'll say it, a cucumber shoved up your ass.
All right.
I hate to say it, but this sounds awfully familiar.
I can see it now. Thomas gasping for air. His mind shutting down slowly as his lungs fill with milky cream. Whose cream? Who's to say?
Now, and the cucumber inspired this?
And it is very milky.
I assume you're busting.
I kind of went easy on Kevin. Hell should be if you're in hell, listen, you're skinless. You don't have any skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got one tooth. Your mouth is duct tape.
Oh,
and your eyes are backwards.
Oh, that also sucks.
And
so I'm looking at my own brain.
You're looking at your own brain. You're trying to figure out, instead of, diagnosing people or helping people through their trauma, you're looking at your brain and you're replaying the same traumas over and over 24 hours a day. Ooh, that sounds like a good hell.
Yeah.
That does sound like a good hell.
I nailed you. Yours is better than Kevin's.
Yeah, mine
yours
is
more painful.
Mine is just my job, but worse.
Yeah, yours was just your actual life. Mine, my eyes are fucked up. I'm reliving a traumatic event forever.
Here's Kevin's. I'll read you Kevin. Kevin, what's your what's the most popular item on your
Probably in Winnipeg there's a burger called the Fat Boy Burger, so it's it's a cheeseburger that has chili on it essentially.
Great. You're eating that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
My God.
Every day. Every single day.
My
3 meals. The only thing you ever will eat in hell is that popular sandwich that you sell. That's your hell.
That's fair. That's gluttonously bad. Yeah, you've done it. You've turned me into a fat boy.
Yeah.
A fat.
I'm gonna have to.
A fat boy.
I'm gonna have to rename myself like a Kojima character, Punished Thomas, because I've been punished by Carmen today. So from now on, for the end of the episode, Kevin, can you refer to me as Punished Thomas?
I don't want to call you Punished Thomas. It sounds like a kink.
You guys, you settle that yourself. Are you guys gonna give me my hell?
Yeah, I
we
think
can. Do you have time? Do you need to run?
Yeah, let's. No, this is a good way to end.
Okay.
Tell me, how long does the podcast normally go? An hour?
We normally do about 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
All right, let's do this, and then you guys will wrap it up, and you guys will talk about me behind my back.
Great.
Yeah,
we love that.
That'll be
we'll
the
check how it went.
How many people listen to this? Couple million?
Yeah, a few mil. Well, we said billion at the beginning.
We said a few. Well, we have a reach of a billion, but there's a few million that listen.
Not everyone listens to every episode. They pick and choose, so it's a few mil per ep, but 7 bill overall.
Yeah, I love it.
And I love it. We got huge reach. Joe Rogan's been asking to come on for a long time, and
it's incredible.
Yeah.
From what I know about you, Carmen, I think your hell would kind of be people coming up to you and asking you to name kind of your favorite Chicago Italian beef spots, just over and over, being like, you'll lay it down. What's the best beef in Chicago? And they have really strong opinions, and they clearly know more than you about the different restaurants.
Yeah,
but they're using it as an excuse to kind of make you dig deep on your own Chicago lore. And Kevin, do you have anything?
Yeah, I think also there's maybe you're trying to decide the whole time as these people approach you. They're offering you this inquiry and then a hat. They're handing you a hat, and it's a hat for a sports team that you don't really support, or a cause.
If it looks cool, I'll wear it.
Yeah, but you put it on and it doesn't quite fit right. The problem is it doesn't quite fit. It's a little tight.
The fit is wrong.
It's a little tight. It's a little loose. The hellish breeze might come by.
Yeah. I also want to say there's maybe, I don't know, a zucchini up your ass or something.
Your penis
like
is probably inverted, so you're sort of pissing into yourself all the time.
Yeah. Urethra's on backwards. So
damn.
Piss goes in.
Piss goes in and stays there.
Urethra's on backwards.
Yeah.
Wow.
So take that, you fucking
interesting.
You New York, New York dirtbag.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. Also, you have to do an improv show kind of permanently. You're always in the middle of a Herald.
Yeah.
And
oh my god, I had no idea what's going on in Herald's. So that's
you missed all the first scenes, and so everyone's expecting you to kind of call things back, but you just weren't paying attention. So you're perpetually in the midst of improv. Yeah.
The good thing about me is I typically play like I missed the first scenes anyway. I don't give a shit about what happened in those early scenes. This is a new moment. I'm not calling shit back. I'm not trying to. We're different characters. That's the thing. The first time I started doing improv and I was on the sidelines, I was like so ADD. I was like, I actually don't know what. And then I would go in and I would do whatever. And after the show, people would be like, you make like the craziest, like most creative choices. And I was like, no, I don't. I was literally not paying attention. And I just did what I wanted to do.
Yeah. That is the inner monologue of like so many ADD improvisers, I feel like. ADHD, whatever the terminology is right now. But that is, oh man. I have played, I still play with people like that.
It's just like, I was like, yeah, sorry. I just wasn't interested in what was happening.
Yeah, maybe you should have done something interesting.
I don't know. Maybe you should have been funny.
Yeah, get my fucking attention.
Well, the special is live from the Windy City.
We'll put a link
on
in
YouTube. I wish that I knew that before I bought the Veeps subscription.
Sorry, man. I do feel bad that you. Oh, there you go. You watch the live music.
I don't, but I could. Okay. But it's genuinely, I just want to say, one of the funniest specials I've seen in years. Really, really great.
Thanks,
there's a scripted moment towards the end with the audience that you need to stay for. It's so funny. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Carmen.
Yeah, you guys, thanks for having me. God bless you, and I don't want you to go to hell.
Oh, thank you so much, Carmen. Have a great day, man.
Later, players.
Have a good day.
Anytime.
Okay. And now we're going to go to a commercial break.
Yes.
That was Carmen Christopher. We'll be right back with more podcasts.
I'm never fucking ready. Why?
Do you smell that? It's Bullshit Alert, the podcast where we lie, cheat, steal, and sometimes, yes, sometimes, it's the truth. Think you can sniff it out? Join Stephen Carter, Danny Marshall, and Lily Moss each week where we invite new guests, new stories, and of course, new bullshit. Find Bullshit Alert on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts.
And we are back.
What's up, folks? Carmen had to run a little early, but we thought we'd give you one or two bonus segments to close out the ep today.
That's right. We're not stopping. We're not slowing down. We're not fucking holding back anymore. Let's spin that goddamn wheel.
Let's do it. Woo! Hometown ice cream. Participants must discuss their go-to ice cream place and order for special occasions in their hometowns growing up.
Okay, so this is like...
So Kevin and I have the same hometown, so I could talk Chicago if we have the same answer.
Or just
this was sort of intended... Yeah. When I wrote this segment, it was intended for a guest because I find it's quite charming to hear about someone came from some small town and they had this one ice cream spot and you would get what they order. But I'm curious for you, Kevin, what was it? Where did your family go for a little ice cream treat?
I think it's when I was a kid, there was probably the place I remember the most, or going to the most for like ice cream spots is I used to my family has a cabin, or had a cabin out at Falcon Lake, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from Winnipeg. If you're a Manitoban, you'll know that Manitobans love cottages. It's a huge part of cottage culture. It's a really big thing out here. I actually don't really love cottage culture, but my family had this cabin. We would go out there, and there was at Falcon Lake. There's like a little sort of town center with a grocery store and a couple restaurants and an ice cream like window attached to a sort of restaurant. And so that's sort of the one I think of when I think of going for ice cream. But of course, the Winnipeg one that people would probably point to within the city limits. And I say this at my own detriment. I mean, these are all competition for me technically as an owner of an ice cream spot. But I think BDI.
That's the answer I give when I talk with people about this.
Yes.
Although it isn't really the place I went to the most often.
The Bridge Drive-In for the uninitiated. It's sort of this little walk-up ice cream shack. It's a Winnipeg staple, and there's sort of a small, like weird bridge that what does it cross? What is that?
I don't remember.
One of the rivers, or
what
is
the bridge is called? It is crossing the river.
Is it crossing the Red River?
I would think so, but I'm terrible at geography. So
anyway,
I don't
one of
recall.
the two fucking rivers, and it's great. They do like lots of cool stuff there, and but they're only open I think in the summer. So. It's kind of like and often it's very packed. But the thing I don't love about this is always wasps. I hate like trying to enjoy.
White Anglo-Saxon people.
Yeah. I hate trying to enjoy a sweet treat and just being sort of forced to see.
There are a lot of probably wasps.
Yeah. I mean, BDI is packed with wasps. Yeah. Yeah.
And now I feel like we're using one too many acronyms. Can we, can we use full words, please?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good answer. And when you went there, Kevin, as a kid, was there a flavor? Like, what was your, like, it's my birthday, I want an ice cream treat. What is my, like, go-to order? What am I fantasizing about?
I am not sure as a kid what my tastes were. I think I was probably a pretty big cookie dough kid overall. Mm-hmm. I liked cookie dough. As like a teen and adult, I really came into the peanut butter. I love peanut butter flavored things. That is still my shit. And s'more flavored things is my shit.
Ooh,
but when I was a kid, I don't think I came to love the s'more. I had been underexposed to s'more as a kid. I wasn't a big camping kid, so. so anyway, I liked cookie dough. My guess is they probably had some sort of like cookie dough focused like, you know how they have a thing that people know called the Goog special.
Yes.
And what that is, I believe, is like a weird kind of blue.
I defy almost any Winnipegger to accurately describe what's in that. Everyone knows what it's called, but I feel like we all only have a loose sense of what it is unless you're reading it off the menu.
Yeah, no, you're correct. Yeah, I don't think anybody can.
It's a blueberry milkshake base, and then there's some other shit in it, but I don't remember what it is, and I don't think anyone else does either.
So getting googed out. I mean, I never did that as a kid. I never googed out, but I don't think I have yet. Actually, I don't think I've ever had it.
I've had it once, and I just doesn't. It's a cool thing. It's a funny name, so I guess it's memorable, but it's weird. As a kid, I grew up kind of in the Corden and Stafford area, Fort Rouge. So the ice cream places we would go to most often were Gigi's Gelato.
Oh, yeah. There's tons of gelato spots.
TCBY. There was I know that's yogurt, I guess. Frozen yogurt, not ice cream. But
I forgot about TCBY. Holy shit.
Yeah. Walkable from our house.
Oh, yeah. I had a DQ that was super close to my place, too. Yeah. Mint chocolate?
Mint chocolate was a big flavor for me.
You're still a mint chocolate guy.
I love it. I also think growing up as a kid, the Treatza pizza from Dairy Queen was a very exciting discovery. You'd get one of those for a party, and sort of it's got the Oreo cookie crumble crust kind of thing with some ice cream and syrups and things on top.
I always wanted to have those, and I think I only had one like once, and I was so like sour that I never got to have it that often. They're really good. I could make my own now. I have everything to do that. I like,
Well,
ice cream cakes was more the move for us. Yeah. When we were going to
the
DQ.
ice cream cakes from Dairy Queen so good too.
Yeah, those are fucking money.
I'm curious because you now sell ice cream professionally. If there's any kind of your own childhood experiences that you are trying to recreate at Dreamland, like this is my like Proustian revelry, like having this exact flavor made or this aesthetic or this vibe, like, you know, any childhood influences.
I think a little bit, like, I mean, I feel that way a bit when I design certain things for the menu. The deep fried Reese's peanut butter cup was sort of a I don't know if it's exactly childhood fantasy, but it's something that I would only do because I have the power to do it, right? Like I have the restaurant, the resources, the deep fryer, the people, like, so it's a unique item, and so I think that when I was able to come up with that and put that on the menu, that felt very. It's part of the deep fried chocolate bar board where you can like select different. So I took that idea and I iterated on it, and now I have like 10 different chocolate bars you can get, I think, that are deep fried, and you get a board with like 3 of them. But I think that like that was kind of a thing. But I you know, as a kid, the thing I've learned in catering, especially ice cream wise, to kids is that the tastes of children when it comes to ice cream are kind of simple. They want the loud, bright colors. They want the birthday cake ice cream. They want the rainbow ice cream. They want the monster cookie ice cream. You know, there's a certain draw towards those things. And even if you were to offer a kid something like a big fancy sundae, they might not be that enticed by a lot of it. I found that kids are kind of specific with what they like in their ice cream. They're not, you know, as a teenager, you're like, give me 1 scoop of this and 1 scoop of that. Kids are rarely mixing scoops. And so I feel like my personal taste as a kid was also pretty straightforward. I wanted cookie dough ice cream and I just wanted a bunch of it. Or I wanted Rolo ice cream and I wanted a bunch of it, you know? And so
that's interesting that kids aren't as variety pilled as adults. Like adults are sort of obsessed with like we should get
variety pilled is interesting.
I'm kind of I'm miscellaneous maxing. I feel like as an adult you're like, let's get an appetizer and then I want to try this and then we'll get 2 entrees and we'll share half, because you just have this desire to see what everything is like. And as a kid you're like, just mac and cheese. Only mac and cheese.
Maybe it's because you're closer to death as an adult, and so you're like, I gotta get. I might not have. This might be one of the last 12 times I have ice cream.
Yeah,
and so you're like, let me imagine it. Maybe that's a new advertising slogan for Dreamland. This could be one of the last times you have ice cream.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and sort of with a threatening kind of.
Today could be your last. Sort of use the Pete Campbell research from the first episode of Mad Men about the death drive.
Oh yeah,
and you can kind of try to sell them on like, you're gonna die anyway, die with us.
Yeah,
that could be a nice way to get people in.
You're on your way out. You might as well go out with a.
Well, it's like, what's the point in not
between your lips?
I feel like Sugar Mountain in Winnipeg used to have that advertising, which was kind of like, it is bad for you. That's the point. Why don't you fucking live a little? You wuss.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing.
Man up and or hold on, let me fix something here. Boom. Now we look nice.
Okay.
Now we have
Kevin,
the background.
I kind of wanted to bring up, we could do one more segment, but I wanted to talk about an ironic hell punishment I have for you, inspired by your Adrian Brody-fication. So this is, and it's based on something that happened to him. What I'm envisioning is a favorite filmmaker of yours, let's say like a David Fincher or something, maybe a Paul Thomas Anderson, does a project that is inspired by your life. So they somehow, let's say they even are adapting Where the Cherries End Up, but they've decided to use you as the central character. They've identified from your mom's story.
I want it to be Linklater. I want it to be
Kevin,
Richard
it's Linklater. It's Boyhood. And he's like, I want to follow you, and I sense that you're really the key seed in this tale. And so finally, all of these difficult things that you've had to live through and navigate and be split between are being turned into art, and art by an artist that you really love. Trent Reznor is doing the score. It's amazing. And they've written this really dense script, which you've even had some input into to sort of flesh out your character.
This actually sounds awesome.
Tell your story. And they film it, and there's these other stories. And then this is what happened for Adrian Brody when The Thin Red Line came out. He thought that he was one of the leads of this movie. And then at release, no one ever told him, they had edited it entirely down, so he was basically a background character appearing in only a few glimpses in the film. You're at the premiere finally telling your story, and it's been complete. Every part with you in it they've decided was unnecessary for the story. They've cut them all out, and so you just have to watch this screening where it's like, I don't know, mainly about Ravi or whatever. And that's your hell punishment, the Adrian Brody effect.
Somebody else. Oh my God, that does sound like a nightmare. Well done. And also, I'm shitting up my own butt or something.
Yeah. You poop sideways now. So.
Right. That's brutal. I wish I could be more incisive for yours. Now I feel like I should.
Yeah, I don't. You're not on the spot. If you don't want to, we could jump into one more segment. But if you have one, we could close with this.
Yeah. So I think here's the thing. If I riff on this, there's a universe where it gets hurtful quick.
Oh yeah. You know a little too much about old Tommy Boy.
I mean, you were very tasteful because you thought it out. And you know, I think I've got it. Okay. So it's pretty, you know, I like what Carmen was doing by like absolutely dismantling your physical, you know, form, but let's kind of maybe before you end up in that you know, torturous hell, which is maybe another level. We'll have you sort of kind of being able to
carve a path. You know, the types of work you're doing on the stage and the opportunities you've been given. A couple people start to really kind of see and appreciate the things you've done more, and not just like, you know, critically or whatever. I think you're getting praise from people you really respect in the comedy community, and people that you look up to. And as it continues to grow, you know, people start to give you more opportunities, and suddenly you find yourself writing a film, a comedy film, kind of trying to be kind of spearheading the resurgence of like modern comedy cinema.
Yeah. The mid-budget comedy is back, and Thomas Tolles is the architect. Yeah.
Thomas Tolles is the architect, and you know, people are really starting to talk about you, and your name is really starting to get out there. And your first hit comes out. I don't know if you would have a title in mind already, like kind of your dream movie title, but if you do, you put out this film, and, and it comes out, and you get an Academy Award. You are being presented at the Academy Awards. Someone, you know, which is tonight, actually, technically. So
this
is just
tonight when this episode is recording. It'll be about a week after when it comes out.
And so you know, they call you out on stage and they say, you know, and the award for best picture, best
and the film, by the way, is called Dutch Oven. That's sort of the title of my opus.
Yeah, got you. You know, the award for best. Do they do it for comedy musical film? How do they do this? I don't even know.
That's at the Golden Globes.
Okay, so they just
at the
do
Oscars, they only have Best Picture. Yeah,
got you. Best Picture goes to Dutch Oven by George Tolles' son, and the audience erupts.
Father, how do they know him?
Your dad steps out on stage, takes the award, kicks you down into.
He beats me to death with it, like the end of There Will Be Blood.
Yeah. And your soul transports into a body that is eyes backwards, staring at your own
finished.
brain, working in my restaurant. And
I work for you, and now the only way I can make ends meet is by flipping burgers at Dreamland.
Exactly.
Or at, I guess, St. James. That would be quite a punishment if, even just to have to see my dad in public is such a nightmare. So to have to be kind of bested by him one more time in my moment of glory, that would really eat away at me. Yeah. Well, good work. I feel like Punished Thomas has really lived up to his name.
I didn't refer to you as Punished Thomas.
Punished Thomas, yes, the Kojima inspiration. Well, this has been a great episode of Whoop All Segments. Thanks again to. Let's move on. It's thanks again to Carmen Christopher for coming on. Some of the best stuff came afterwards, of course, but it was great to have him here.
Don't say that.
I just wish he could have heard all the riffing because it was pretty. I thought the Adrian Brody thing was pretty clever. He might have liked that, but he missed it. That's fine.
It's fine.
It just would have been nice if he had stuck it out. So
he's not.
I've been Thomas. And if you want to check me out this week, on the 13th of March, there's a brand new sketch show from Secret Family at the Den. Come check us out. Brand new sketches coming up.
That's right. You can catch my ass on stage with Club Soda Improv on April 4th at the Gas Station Arts Center inside of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Tickets aren't on sale yet, but by the time this episode comes out, I'm quite sure they will be. If there is tickets out, they'll be on the description. If not, you can check out Club Soda Improv on all social media platforms, and the ticket links will be posted there. Also, I can now talk about this show that Thomas teased a few episodes ago because we've announced it. If you want to see my ass being serious as fuck, check out Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire. Going to add to this motherfucking wall of posters soon.
Yeah.
I am doing A Streetcar Named Desire with Thomas Tolles' father, George Tolles.
Must be nice.
What?
Must be nice to collaborate with the man. Couldn't be me.
You've done lots
Couldn't
of shows
be
with
me.
your dad.
I like to fly solo. Actually,
You don't like to fly solo. We've done a lot of work together. This show is a testament to that. You don't host it on
I'm
your own.
kind of a lone wolf. I
You're
sort
not.
of work best alone.
You
as
do a
it
lot
were.
more improv than stand up.
And also check out what we do in the basement, our
Yes.
D&D podcast. It's very good. You can check out new episodes coming soon.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. This has been Oops All Segments. Signing off. Bye-bye.
Bye.